This Mk4 Toyota Supra is about to take us on a huge road trip, but it hasn't exactly been living the dream. Over the years, it's barely moved, only doing the odd trip to an MOT centre and back. We've previously been flat out trying to breathe some life back into this car. We've been through the engine, the brakes, the lights, we even got it through an MOT. Despite all this work, we're still not 100% confident in the Supra, but we've got a backup plan. So Chaz took the Supra down to get the old slow punctures sorted, and the monkeys rounded off his spacers, so those studs are completely shot, and that's both sides, isn't it, Chaz?
I think we've got one on that front and maybe on the other one.
So yeah, the same on that one. You can see where the nut's missing because we couldn't get it back on. So what he's done,
What are these, the spacers?
we got some, what we're doing, wider ones on the back.
Yeah, these so we've gone from, they were, what did we say they were? 20?
20s on the back.
Yeah, I think we had 20s on front and back, and these have gone down to 30 to replace the rears with the 30 mils and bring the 20 mils from the back to the front to replace the ones with the stripped threads.
That's it. So put in the 30s on the back, just bring that wheel out a bit, give us a bit more of an aggressive stance. And we'll use those ones on the front. So we're going to use this original Toyota one because we can't get that under because it's so low. Don't you want to do the back?
I was going to do both, put them on the stands.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Efficiency. See who needs the gym?
Can we get the other jack under there now?
Is that one?
I think it's the 19.
No. The multiverse of wheel nuts.
No, that one's on there. They can't be hand tight.
It's got to be it. Oh, fucking hell.
They are hand tight. That is hand tight.
Hand tight.
Two of them. Don't bring your car to Below Baggers.
Right, new shiny spacer.
We'll tighten them up here this time. Make sure we tighten them
It might help, yeah. It might help.
So we just discovered that, yeah, the studs need to be cut off flush to this. Well, we thought.
What Chaz has just found, there is cutouts in the wheel. So
we've got another 20 mil there.
If you slip that on.
Where's your tape there? So we've got, that's 16 mil.
What's the cutout?
20 mil.
The Supra's always had a mismatch of wheel nuts. So some are 19s, some are 20s. I think one wheel's got two different types of locking wheel nuts on it. So we did have some nice brand new gloss black wheel nuts and a new set of locking nuts. But unfortunately, Chaz messed up when ordering these and they're the wrong pitch thread. So on with the old ones for now. Moving on to the front, the plan was to use the old rear spacers. That way we wouldn't have this damaged stud. But unfortunately, this was a different type. So we tried to clean up the damaged threads. Unfortunately, this didn't work. So next, we tried to cut off the damaged threads. But after cutting it off and then cleaning it up to try and get that first thread started, we had to cut a bit more off and it just wasn't leaving enough of that stud sticking out. So we'll have to revisit this with some new spacers. While it was in the air, I thought we'd have a quick look at one of the annoying rattles we've got. So we knew it was a problem with the heat shield, and when I got under, I could see it was totally rotten. So there's nothing I could do with it but remove it. So out it comes, and you can see just how bad this was. Right, so that's the heat shield off. So no more rattly heat shield. It's another problem fixed for the short term. I reckon we'll probably get a new one and sort that out when we do the turbo conversion. At the moment, yeah, we're just prepping for the road trip really. Last few jobs. And we don't want to be going all that way with that annoying rattle. We then move on to the passenger side. So we got the new spacer all fitted up at the back. And we did have a look at the front spacer, but this was exactly the same as the driver's side. We couldn't repair it, we did try it. And then when we tried to remove the damaged threads, again, it just didn't leave enough sticking out once the wheel was fitted. So we weren't comfortable with this. So like I said before, we'll get us some new spacers. Once on the ground, I thought it was a good idea to torque up all these nuts. The front wheels are coming off again to fit the new spacers, but just for good practice, I thought I'd torque them all. I'm sure I did this last time we had the wheels off, but proof's in the pudding, guys. We had 2 hand-tight wheel nuts. Very embarrassing. So it is a couple of days later. We've got our new spacers for the front now, and the new wheel nuts. Spacers all fitted up and brand new, matching wheel nuts. So we're really chuffed about that. So now we've got matching wheel nuts. We only need 1 socket now to get them off, and we've got new locking nuts as well, rather than 2, 3 different types. So it's always been a nightmare getting these wheels off, but now we're sorted, and I think the gloss black wheel nuts look lovely. Just need to get these wheels refurbed next. And on the back, don't know how well you can see it, it hasn't settled yet from where we've had it jacked up, so it's sitting a bit high, but as far as stance goes, that wheel is pretty much out level with the arch now. So we're pretty chuffed with that. It just looked a bit tucked in before. I think that looks pretty sweet. So that is the Supra pretty much done. There's a couple of odds and sods still left to do, but we'll get them done. The original date for the road trip has actually been and gone, but we're all booked back in again, and it's literally in a few days' time. So we'll get them done. Have we got the confidence in this Supra to make it? It's sat about for a long time, but we have got a backup plan. The 1996 Toyota Land Cruiser, Colorado. So we're bringing the Land Cruiser with us on the road trip. If all else fails with the Supra, we've got something to tow it with, we've got something to run out and get some parts or whatever may happen. You might think it's a bit excessive for like a 600-700 mile road trip, but it does enable us to bring another mate with us as well, because it'll be no fun 3 of us all jumping in the Supra. That'd be a bit cramped. So we're pretty happy that the Land Cruiser is going to be reliable. Chaz has already done a 300-mile trip back from where he bought it. Since then, it has been serviced, the brakes have been done, it's had a new clutch slave cylinder and a ton of other work. Also, we found a nail in the tyre the other day, so that's been done, and another slow puncture on the Supra. I think we're about ready. What made you go for another Jap vehicle?
Reliability.
Runs smooth. Tell us about the exhaust, Chaz.
What about the exhaust?
What's happening? It's got some bad boy exhaust on it, hasn't it?
I think it's got a cannon welded onto it.
I mean, it sounded to me like a box has been taken out.
I think it's had all the mufflers taken out. I think that's just a straight pipe off the engine to it.
Don't know if we'll be able to see in this light, but we'll have a look. Oh, are we confident that this one's going to make it? Because this is the support vehicle.
Well, it's had some extreme amount of work in the last couple of weeks. It's had a couple of days in the garage. But I'm feeling confident. It feels, look, it's done the first drive 300 miles back from when I bought it with no work.
Okay, that's going to look awesome going down the road. So there we have it, 2 Japanese icons, 2 90s legends ready to take us on our road trip. So join us next time, where we're going to find out if this can handle some mileage and have a ton of fun on the way. Hope you enjoyed watching, and we'll see you in the next one.